Hey guys, what's going on? It's Shadow here from 4FS Gaming, and today I'm going to be giving to you guys a Valkyrie guide. So today we're here on the map house, and these guys basically going to be looking at mainly bomb sites, because bomb is possibly the most played objective, and we're going to be looking at all the different camera spots on house for defending the various bomb sites. So today we're going to start here. We've got the top two bomb sites here. We've got the workshop here and the kids' bedroom. And most commonly, this will probably be the most common This will be the most common bomb to actually take. So, I'm going to show you a few tricks and tips around here on how to place your cameras. Now, the most common camera spot is here. You see a lot of people just throw a camera up there, and that'll allow them to watch down that hallway, and they'll be able to see all of that. So, that's all good and well. However, there is a better camera for watching this hallway down here. And that is actually right here. What you want to do is shoot out this wall, like so. Maybe even a bit more here. So that you can get these nice holes into the bathroom and into the bedroom. Now, throwing a camera right up here nice and high, what this will allow is you to see into the bathroom there and into the main bedroom there. Now, you want to try and get all of this out. There you go. That way now you can actually see all the way through to that window over there. You can see into the bathroom there. Of course, you can open that wall up a bit more if you want to. And it allows you to see all the way down the hall and the main lobby there. Now, this is a great little camera to have, because anyone over there on that balcony there is unable to see it, and they will not be able to take out that camera. So that's a great little camera to have. And of course, anyone in here will obviously get spotted, so yeah, it's a great little camera to have. So yeah, I'd probably actually open all that up. Right there, you can see the start of the next brick wall. Opening all that up, yeah, gives you a great little view in there. And of course, you can open as much of that as you want. Depends on what you're after. Now next, if we open up this roof hatch here, I'll just take this camera back quickly. There we go. Now, next, of course, you can have other camera spots as well. If you want to look into these stairs going down, you can place a camera right there if you want. That allows you to see more of the bottom than the top, but it still allows you to see the top here. Not a great view of the top, but then if you throw it a little higher, say about here, there you go. Now you'll be able to see more of the top floor. It really just depends on what angles you're trying to see here. So let's take these back quickly. So that's a spot you can have, I guess. Not really that useful. So when people tend to attack these rooms, they tend to go for kids. Now, a great way to be able to see the hallway in kids, or one of my favorite cameras to have, come to this corner up here and shoot out this top wall here. There we go. If you shoot out a nice little hole there, you can place the camera about here. And what this will allow you to do is you can see all of kid's bedroom, all of the windows, all four of the windows. You can see down the stairs, a little bit of the lobby, and anyone coming up these stairs. So this is also a great little camera to have. This wall should not be enforced anyway. In fact, what most teams would do is most teams would usually leave all this bit open, so that, you know, you have a chance to be able to come around here, and anyone plants there, you can look at the window and shoot through there. So you'd usually have all that bottom bit open there. And probably even this wall here, sorry, this one here. The reason being there is you can see into the windows over there. So yeah, you don't want these ones reinforced, you want to leave it as open as possible. So yeah, that's a really nice camera spot to have as well. Then of course there's the workshop here. Now, with the workshop, you can either just leave a camera in here, like in the corners there, or down low, or wherever you want to put it, if you want to watch in that. However, usually people will try and get the plant there. So, another good thing to do here, I'll just use a nitro cycle, it's quicker, is open up all this. Now, of course, you don't need a hole that big, but nevertheless, you can do it. That's indestructible. Put a camera, maybe a little bit more on the corner here, so right there. Nope, I'll get it. Yeah, about there. And that's also a nice little camera to have, because that allows you to see into this plant spot here in the two windows. You probably just want to shoot out these beams. So once you take out the beams, you can see these windows nice and clearly. Allows you to see into the main lobby as well, through to the master bedroom, and all this hallway here. So this is a nice camera to have. Gives you a great view, and honestly, if you have probably one camera there, you probably won't even need that camera there unless you really want to be able to hold bathroom. And if you have the other camera over here, that pretty much locks down all of top floor for you. This one is a little easier to see, but if you throw it a teeny bit higher, see if I can get it just a teeny bit higher. If you can get it about there, not only now is this you are not able to shoot it, if you want to get it right in the corner so you don't have the problem I just have, you can get it right on that corner there, you can see all the main floor, and you won't be able to get it shut out from this window here, which is very important. So these are some of my favorite camera spots for the top floor. And of course, you know, when you're guarding this bomb site, you want to have, you know, this opens as much as possible. You want to have that opened as much as possible to see all the way through. Basically, you don't want them to push kid's bedroom, because it's very hard to attack kid's bedroom once they've locked it out from the outside. Because once they've locked it out from the outside, you know, generally they'll have someone sitting up there sniping through. They'll have people repelled on these windows. You'll have someone maybe up there looking through here watching the diffuse. Usually the diffuse will go somewhere down there. Once they've taken treehouse and the opposite rooftops, it's very, very difficult to do. However, on this map, you need to be active and you need to be running. You have to go for runouts, you have to go for those shots. So a good way to be able to see if anyone's on that roof or that right there, a good camera to get at the start of the match, you rip down this window, break the glass, and you want to get your camera just over there. I missed it. There it is. Up there. Now this is a really good camera to have. Getting this camera spot here allows you to see onto that roof over there and into the cubby house. Plus, if you can just check for any claymores down where that door is. So having that camera will allow you to, you know, run down here. Make sure you have this door open before you run out. So you want to pre-open this door and run away. Having that camera will allow you to see if I tag it. Usually people hide claymores about here.
You will be detected if you remain in this area.
This camera will allow you to see any claymores there. And same goes for the other side. If they put a claymore there, you know, you can take a look at it and check if it's there. This is a really nice camera spot to get. So I'll just quickly go run out and get the other camera.
Remain in this zone, you will be detected by hostiles. You have been spotted.
Now, once you've thrown it, you can't get that camera back. It's gone. So it's a really nice camera to have. And that's pretty much the best spots to get for the top floor. I mean, if you wanted to, you could try and get a camera to watch this front here. Because, you know, people like to rappel on here, or they like to run out over there and watch the glass. If you want to try and get a camera, preferably over there. So just throw it. Hopefully it should land. Yep, beautiful. Just aim up and throw. And you'll get, I got a nice right there. And this is a great little camera to have because it allows you to watch all the front bit here. Plus, as people walk past, usually they'll miss it and you can see them walking through. Now, a lot of rookie mistakes people do is they mark on these cameras. Do not mark on these cameras. They're the extra set of eyes you get. So if you know they're going to push from up top, this is another good camera to have. So yeah. Alright, so now we're moving on to the split level floor here. Now the split level is another very good bomb site if you know how to hold it. Generally what you want to do is you want to have everyone with as many nitro cells as you can underneath with a pulse, and you want to pulse up and just nitro cell them out from the floor. Very, very effective way to hold this room. But as for Valkyrie cameras, it's very important to get as much detail as you can if you want to hold this room. So getting Valkyrie cameras is very important. Now what a lot of people just do is just throw them up in the corners here and wherever they pretty much feel like it. But instead, I don't see a lot of people using the actual furniture to their advantage. The furniture is all destructible. I mean, I could shoot this out here, you can put a camera in there. And that's what this room is going to rely on, is you knowing where the good angles to put your cameras into. Because it's crucial. Like for example, this one here. This is not as good as a camera spot, but you get the general idea, you get a good view of the room. Not more difficult to see. Some of the ones I like to use, however, if you want to watch this room from above, you shoot out this bookcase here. Right, shoot out these wooden bits. All of them. There we go. And put your camera underneath the bookcase. Why? in that corner there, it just makes it that teeny bit harder to see. And this, of course, gives you a really nice view of the room. Now, of course, you break all this out. Allows you to see all that. Now, of course, what you can do, again, shoot that out. Reason being, it just opens up your camera's view just that little bit more. Just put it like about there. A little bit more hidden, and you get a great view of the whole room. Of course, you are blocked off a bit by this here, but that's okay. So, you have this here, it gives you a great little view of the room, lets you see where they're planting. So that's a really nice camera spot to have in there. If you want to conceal it just that little bit more, you can put it just a bit below where they would normally expect you to see it, about here. And again, same sort of thing, a little more restrictive, but a little that teeny bit hard to see. Then of course you can hide it within the books if you want. You can try and get it, oops. If you want, you can try and get it over there. Bit obvious, they'll see that, and restricts your view. So really, you want to be going for like underneath these cabinets here. A lot of people will miss it. They don't generally tend to look there when they realize that they're being spotted by a camera. Another spot, this one's not as concealed. I mean, it's hidden a bit by these bushes. It's just, yeah, put it behind the bushes here. Gives you a good view of the room here. Hidden a little bit by the bushes, but you know, that one will probably get spotted more than likely. Now, can I get this camera back is the question. Why can't I get this camera back? That's very strange. Huh. That camera's actually invincible. I can't shoot that camera out. So, that's a nice little glitch there. That's actually quite fascinating. So, here's a little bonus clip for you. That's invincible. That cannot be shot out. Huh. How nice. So, if you want an invincible camera, just put it behind the tree there. That, I'm assuming, is going to get patched soon, but yeah. Now, I think they've patched this. Yeah, you used to be able to put cameras in it, but they've patched that one out. Now, another great camera spot to have, this is one that I actually really love using, is over here. You open this bit out, and you put it right, oops. You put it right there. And this is a great little camera to have because you can see all of there. They generally try to plant here, and you can see all this stairwell in the lobby there. You can put it a little bit lower, it gives you a better view of the lobby. But that is a really nice little camera spot to have. I tend to use that a lot, and a lot of people miss it. Also, another good angle to hold this room from. It's a bit risky, but it pays off. All this wall here, completely destructible. Not enough people use this wall, and it's such a good wall to have and to use. I just open it up a bit more. So you can really see, like this wall here, really allows you to see if I just open this up. Really, it even allows you all the way to the front door there. You can see out anyone holding these windows, anyone rappelling there, and it's a great little place to hold. However, if you don't want to sit here because you don't want to, you know, risk dying or risk getting shot, place the camera here instead. Get it right in the middle there. You can see up the stairs there, anyone trying to push here, and allows you to see all of this room quite nicely. So it's a great little camera spot there. You don't even have to open this wall up. You can just leave it in this corner here. Oops. You can leave it in this corner. Anyway, you know what I mean. You can leave in this corner with this wall closed and just see all of that if you want. And it's a good little camera to have. But I preferably like to open it up and allow you to see all the stairs. Plus, having this open just gives them another angle that they have to worry about. So like I said, you can see right to the door, hold these nice little tight angles here, and it's great to have. So it's a great little spot to keep in mind for holding the split floor. So those are just some of my camera spots that I would use there. We had the one in there, the one up here, the one behind the bush there that's invincible, and you had the one in the cabinet. Now of course, the cabinet one you can put in any of these cabinets here. All of these are destructible. All of these can be knocked out. You can knock out all the books if you want, wherever you want. Like if I just shoot, the books go destroyed into a billion pieces. Put your camera there. And there you have it. So you can have your cameras anywhere in the furniture, but people really do not utilize people really do not utilize the furniture enough, and it's great to have these little camera spots everywhere. So yeah, you should really keep that in mind. So that's just some cameras you can have on the top floor. Of course, there are cameras. Where'd it go? There are cameras you can have on the bottom floor as well. Now, a camera, this room is usually one you want to be able to hold, so placing a camera, say, about here, placing a camera about here will allow you to see the door and anyone peeking across here. This one here, a little easy to spot. What you can do instead is you can prone here and throw the camera up around here. This is a lot harder to spot to anyone coming in. Still fairly obvious, but it's a much more difficult to spot down here, and it gives you just it's restricted, but nevertheless allows you to hide your camera a bit better. If you really want to hide your camera, these tires can provide it some good cover. Throw it behind the tires there. Now this will restrict your view a bit in that you can't see the door. However, you will be able to see all of this here, which is mainly where they're going to be pushing from. So that's probably a better camera to have. Now, of course, these are all destructible. You can place it here and see over the boxes. Just gives them that little bit of coverage. Might hide your camera a bit better and allows you to see straight into this. So anywhere on here you want to hide it, and again, using the furniture, getting it up underneath these shelves just hides your camera just that little bit better. Now you can get in the bucket, but there's really no point to doing that. So, and if you want to watch it from outside for whatever reason, again, the camera I showed you before is a good one to do. Or alternatively, you can come out to here, break this window, break that glass, and you want to be aiming anywhere along that fence. Now, of course, it will get shot out because people generally see it here, but it's the only real way you can actually watch all this here. So what you do, you come to this window, get your camera, and just lob it. There you go. Gets onto that nice, you can get on that nice post. Pretty much anyone in this fence will do, but it allows you to see anyone coming down here. And it gives you maybe a chance if you want to shoot out here, but generally if you want to watch these windows, that's probably your camera spot. Or if you want to see the front entrance, that window there, I showed you how to lob it out from above. Now, of course, if you really want to, all this piano is just, this pool table is completely destructible. You can open it right up, all the way through to the other side. Just open the whole thing. I mean, you can place a camera in there if you want. Very restricted view, however, you don't really get to see much. You can see all of this side. You can see into over there, but the light is just too blinding and you won't be able to see it. So that's pretty much the only other camera I would recommend, because you do have the camera in gym room. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend this pool table one unless for some reason you really wanted it. Maybe you can do a clever way with the destruction of the pool table to hide it. I don't know, but yeah, so you can open up that pool table if you really wanted to.
Protect the bomb.
So, as we saw before, there's some cameras you can have in there. Another camera if you want to watch the staircase. People will often like throw it over there, or they'll throw it over here. But what people don't realize is, right there, your camera can stick to that little vent. If you throw it right, there it is, you can get your camera to sit on that little angle. And that's actually really good to have because it allows you to see all the way up the stairs and down the stairs there. Little restrictive, but very difficult to see and will not often be spotted. Now, of course, you can just throw it here. A lot of people do. Anywhere on that wall, really. Allows you to see up the stairs and down the stairs again. Restricted, but that'll get spotted. This one here, a lot harder to see. And of course, if you really want to, you can just throw it up there. Gives you a much better view going up and down the stairs. Again, completely up to you and how valuable that camera is to you. But I'd probably go for the one below the bookshelf there. Now, another great camera spot to watch the gym room, and you can use this as well when we move into the garage next. You'll be able to see all of that. So, I'm just going to quickly nitro this out. Blow it open. As you can see, it's opened up a lot of the walls here. Now, if I place a camera about here, I could see all of this room here, the stairs, and a good portion of the gym room there. And it's a very nice camera to have. Now, if I move it more to the left and get it right there,
10 seconds.
I could see the stairs as well. The stairs here again, and the gym room. Gym room's a bit more cut off, but you get a lot of the view here. So this is a really nice camera to have, even if you have hostage in this room here. Very nice camera to have. This one can watch all three of these rooms, plus that stairwell, which is a nice little bonus to have. So that's pretty much all the cameras that I would recommend, that I would pretty much use for the split level bomb site. Syncing audio, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So next we have the gym and the garage defense. Now this one's probably one of the harder rooms to defend. A lot of people don't pick this room anymore just because it's very well known and very easily attacked. And especially now with the addition of Habana, Blackbeard, and it's very difficult to hold, especially from the garage. But if you do want to defend this room, the cameras I would usually have one camera here. Mainly because I need to see what's going on if they push this garage, if they get the plant. Alternatively, I would get the camera on the other side. Same thing on that wall there. Why? So you can see where the plants are going, and it's very important to have this. But no, they won't always push this, they'll also push the other gym room. So, a good camera to have is if you blow out this wall here. Come on, there we go. And throw it there. This nice little camera here will let you see into the gym room and this half of the garage. Good camera to have, bit restrictive, but allows you to see both rooms. And more importantly, it allows you to see anyone pushing that door over there. Because if you're sitting back here, what a lot of people will try and do is that from that doorway, usually if you're sitting behind this car here, they'll come from that doorway and just wallbang you if that wall's not open. Or even if it is open, they'll just kind of shoot you. So you'd usually have a rotation hole here. Preferably I put the rotation hole here with a deployable shield so you can't be shot. And it keeps you safe from that door over there. But what you want to do is have a camera up there that can watch that door for you and back here. And allows you to give you any callouts. People will generally try and plant behind white car here because it's the safest place to do so. So those are two of the main cameras I'd have. One on either garage door, one there. Or again, like I showed you in the previous one, where you blow out that roof there, you can get one to there to watch gym and garage if you want. Stairs is important. A lot of people like to rush stairs when people aren't prepared and take control of A very quickly. Again, you can put another camera in here like I showed you before to watch that. A lot of people, what they try to do now is they'll try and watch outside. And they won't do it from here anymore. What they'll do, in fact, is they'll shoot this roof out, break this window, and they'll watch from outside from above. A lot of people are aware of this. You just shoot straight up, easy headshots for you to counter that. But people want to watch outside. Now, generally speaking, you don't want to throw a camera from over here. Too easy to get spot. People can rush you from the spawns there or there and kill you. So, instead of rushing all the way out there to do it, here's a better idea. Let's go upstairs. When people see anyone come up here, they're going to think you're spawn killing because, let's be honest, there's an easy spawn kill right there. But we're not going to be spawn killing. Instead, you want to aim to get your camera as high up as you can. So, you want to aim high and lob. And that's pretty much as high as it's ever going to get. And that's a really nice camera spot to have, especially in the angle I got on the side here. You really want to get this side part down so you can watch the spawn over there, the spawn at ATP over there, and allows you to see all this garage. It's a beautiful camera to have, but again, you can't mark on it, otherwise they're there and they're going to find it, they're going to shoot it out, and you can't have that. You want to have this camera, you want to keep it alive. It's a really good camera to have, and of course, once you throw it, you don't even need to barricade it up, just run away. Now, if they have an IQ, they probably will find that, but again, Very good camera to have. It sits nice and high. You can see anyone rappel back there, anyone back there, and you really want to keep that camera alive. Now, if you miss, bad luck. It's a hard camera to throw. You just got to practice, really. So that's probably the outside camera that I would recommend for this spawn, is that one there. Again, you can try running out to get one over there. I wouldn't recommend it. A lot of people know about it. I mean, you can always just lob it like that. Hope where it lands. As you see, I got on top of the leaf there. Again, another good camera spot to have. Gives you a good rotational view, but that one there, probably a little more obvious. So those are probably the only two camera spots I'd recommend, is those two there. You just gotta practice throwing it in a custom game or in casual matches. Get used to what it's like to throw cameras. Audio 1 2 3 1 2 3. Alright, let's do this.
Protect the bombs.
So now we're up to our final parts for the Valkyrie cameras, and it's just general miscellaneous spots that you can put your cameras for different objectives. Now, for example, another room people like to defend is this one here. It's in hostage, not the most popular room, very difficult to defend, but you know, it comes up in casual sometimes, so why not have a few camera spots for here as well. Again, we're using a lot of furniture in this room. Breaking that open allows you to see the whole room here. Quite neat to have. Don't think you can shoot that out. So yeah, that's one camera spot to have. It allows you to see if anyone rappels in. You can do something a little sneakier where you shoot out the top part of this roof here. And you can put a camera right. You can then see into the office here. And depending on how much of the wall you want to shoot out, will depend on how much of the office you see. So here we can see all of the office, and we can see into the room here as well, which is pretty nice. Let's pick that back up. But one of my favorite camera spots to have for this particular thing will nitro set out this corner of the wall here. Impact grenades are usually what this is for, but I'm just going to use a nitro because it's easier. Blow up all this. It's these two walls here I'm interested in. So, place the camera. Now, the height matters here, because if you place it, it starts to become a little less useful. If we place it up nice and high here, we can see the kitchen, the stairs, a little bit of the lobby, the office, and this room here. However, as we start to move it lower, let's say about here, we'll put the camera here. Now we can see more of the lobby, the kitchen, the dining room here, and the office. So you play around with the different heights. The different of the angles you get will change what you can and can't see. Like if you put it nice and low here, for example, this allows you to see a little more of the lobby, the kitchen, and the office. So height-wise doesn't actually affect these three rooms here. The only thing it does affect is how much of the lobby you can see. Now, if you really want to see more of the lobby than you do the office, just put a little more on the left side of the pillar. Putting it here will really allow you to see into the lobby there, allow you to see the kitchen there, and still you'll be able to see the office there, but just a little less. So it really plays the angles and where you throw the cameras on pillars, because it plays a big difference. Now, of course, you can do the same thing on the other side of the wall here. This is all breachable. However, it's a little more further across. If you're just interested in seeing the lobby, I suggest... There it is. So all this part of the wall here is unbreachable now, because that's the wall there. You come over here, you can open up this bit here or this bit here. Put a camera here. That again will allow you to see office here and lobby, and a little bit of upstairs as well. Not the most useful cameras, but something to change it up a bit. Put a camera here. Again, office, lobby. Slightly better camera to have. So yeah, that's probably two of my favorite cameras. Again, this briefcase actually, if you throw a camera on it, disappears. So, pretty cool on. Another little glitch to have. And for this camera here, you want to aim as close to the floor. Actually, just throw it on the floor. The reason being, it's under the chair a bit better and it gives you a better view of anyone walking in. So yeah guys, that's about it for today. let me know in the comments down below if you'd like this video and what other maps you'd like me to do it on. Also upcoming, I'm going to have one for Frost's bear traps and Capcan's entry denial devices. So let me know as well what maps you'd like to see those on and if those interest you at all. But yeah, until then, thanks for watching guys, and we'll see you next time.